The orphan's apple. In a lively town where merchants called out their wares and children laughed in the streets, there lived a young orphan named Yasin. He had no family, no home, and wandered barefoot through the alleyways, hoping for a kind soul to offer him a piece of bread or a warm smile. Though his clothes were worn and his stomach often empty, Yasin's heart held on to something precious: faith in Allah and the teachings his mother had once given him. One hot afternoon, as the market bustled with people, Yasin wandered past the fruit stalls. He hadn't eaten all day. The aroma of sweet oranges and ripe bananas filled the air, and his eyes locked onto a basket of shiny red apples. His stomach growled painfully. As he stood watching, a bright red apple slipped from the top of the merchant's stall and rolled onto the ground, settling just beneath the table. The merchant was busy serving customers and hadn't noticed it. Yasin looked around. No one had seen. He hesitated for a moment, his heart pounding. Then, driven by hunger, he picked up the apple and took a bite. It was sweet, crisp, and delicious. But with every bite, Yasin felt more uncomfortable. That night, as he lay curled up beneath the shop's awning, he couldn't sleep. The apple's sweetness had turned to guilt in his heart. "I didn't ask," he whispered to himself. "Even though it was on the ground, it wasn't mine. Allah sees all things." The next morning, Yasin returned to the market. The same merchant was arranging his fruit. Yasin approached, his head lowered, heart racing. "Excuse me, sir," he began nervously. "Yesterday I found one of your apples on the ground. I was hungry, and I ate it without asking. I've come to say sorry. I don't have any money, but I want to make it right." The merchant looked down at the thin boy, surprised by his words. He paused, then knelt beside him and gently placed a hand on his shoulder. "You came all the way back just to say that?" he asked. Yasin nodded. "I was wrong. I want Allah to forgive me." The merchant smiled warmly. "You are a rare soul. Even many adults wouldn't come back like this. You feared Allah, and that alone is more valuable than gold." He reached into the basket and handed Yasin another red apple. "This one is yours. No payment needed, but I want to offer you something better." Yasin looked up in surprise. "I need a helper," the merchant said. "Someone I can trust. You'll have honest work, food to eat, and a roof over your head." Tears welled up in Yasin's eyes. He bent down in sujud right there in the market, whispering prayers of gratitude. What began with a stolen apple ended with a new chance at life. Moral: sincere repentance and honesty lead to Allah's mercy and new beginnings.